The epic and unbeatable at Scrabble.
The nerds with attitude!
I'll be waiting for you.
Okay, I won't be long. I'll come running.
Welcome to the N.W.A. Nerds with Attitude. You know what we do here, man. Already. We're not gonna go deep into it. I'm not gonna go stupid deep into it. But today we got a review for you. It's a very beloved movie for me. It's an anime movie, and it was actually my number one favorite anime movie of all time until Your Name came out. But today is just two of us here. It's me, Shin Hero, and the newly engaged man with a plan. No rest. Noah.
What's happening? You gonna say that every time?
at least for a couple of more times, man.
I'm with it, dog.
So Noah just saw this movie I was talking about, which is called The Girl Who Leapt Through Time. We are talking about the anime movie by I'm probably gonna butcher his name. I'm not gonna lie. Y'all can kill me in the comments. I'm not good with names. I'm just gonna say it. I don't talk good. But Mamoru Hosoda. And he did a lot of movies, in all honesty. But like his big name, the claim that a lot of people remember is the Digimon movie.
Which one?
The first Digimon movie.
Really?
Yeah, he did that one. He did One Piece and the Baron and the Secret Island. Girl Who Leapt Through Time. He also did another one of my favorite anime movies that's in my top 5, Summer Wars. He also did Wolf Children, The Boy and the Beast, and Mira. Those are the ones he did. He heavily done a lot of the Digimon films, though. He was really big into the Digimon stuff.
Oh, crap. Well, and no one gets half the battle. G.I. Joe.
Yeah. And the Girl Who Leapt Through Time, it came out in 2006. It was a Japanese animated sci-fi fiction romance film. It was also produced by Madhouse, which is another reason why this thing looks so gorgeous and it's such a good thing as it is. And it's the film that's loose. It's a loose sequel to the 1967 novel by the same name. And the premise is about a girl who basically gains the power to travel through time by jumping. And she normally repeatedly lives the same day, like in a time loop, but she can get out of it. The Girl Who Leaped Through Time was released in July 15th, 2006. Man, that is wild. But do you even remember what you were doing back in 2006?
2006?
Yeah.
That was before Obama. I was in 7th grade. Holy crap.
I do remember seeing this in theaters, though.
You saw this in theaters?
Yeah, I do remember seeing this in theaters. It was one of those one night only type things.
Yeah, that's before I even knew they showed anime.
Yeah. It was one of those one night only things. But the film, it won a lot of rewards, including Japan's Academy Prize for Animation of the Year. And there was the English version and all that jazz. And Funimation re-released it back in 2016, I want to say. But yeah, it's a very beloved movie, at least for me. Like, this will be Noah's first. He's just we're doing this right after we just watched the movie. This was Noah's first time watching the movie, and this was actually my first time because we watched it in dubbed. We watched the dubbed. I normally seen it in subs, in the Japanese, but Noah didn't feel like reading, so.
Oh God, I didn't.
But yeah, this was the first time I actually seen it in dubbed, and I had to get used to some voices because normally I watch it subbed, but it wasn't bad. The dub was good. I'm not gonna lie, the dub was pretty good. It was pretty good. The only thing that really bothered me was Makoto's crying. Like, it wasn't believable, man.
Really?
No. it was terrible bad.
Dog, I enjoyed it. I thought you did.
But let me because I'm not gonna lie, I've seen this movie God knows how many times. I probably don't know. I've probably seen this movie like 30 times already. And like before Your Name came out and took my heart and all that jazz, anytime someone asked me, it was like, man, I want to watch an anime, but I don't want to get too in anime. I was always recommend this. I didn't see this movie with my dad. I didn't see this movie with my mom. I didn't see this movie with all my sisters. I didn't see it with exes.
Oh my!
I've seen this movie. I've seen this movie with friends, and like anytime I recommend it, I was like, I'll watch it with you. I love this movie. It's one of my favorites. This is my second favorite all-time animated movie of all time. But I'm gonna shut up, and we're gonna hear Noah's initial thoughts on his very first viewing of The Girl Who Leapt Through Time.
My initial thoughts.
Yeah, give me your initial thoughts. Off of fresh watching it, man. Let me ask you: do you think it holds up? Like, we're in 2020 now. This is
absolutely. Yeah. I enjoyed the movie fully. I was like, yo, this movie is great. I ain't gonna lie, I was confused. I was confused for a little bit, but then you kept watching it, and it all made sense. Yeah, this movie still holds up with the best of them. Like, yeah, this movie's I don't even know.
Would you put this in your top 10? Let me ask that. Would you put this
10?
in your top 10? They're just animated movies in general. Not necessarily anime movies, just animated movies.
Animated movies, maybe, yeah. I can see it does have that potential of being, it being in my top 10. Yeah, the movie was great. The story was great. It wasn't no really dull moments. It's just, I was just confused at first.
Well, when you say confused, what parts were you confused in?
Well, the main part that really confused me was, I felt like the auntie, it was more to the auntie than. I was man.
You went out there, Noah.
Really? Oh shoot.
Yeah, you had said main thing I was confused about, and then you feel like the auntie. I was like, oh man, we missed something right there.
No, I didn't say nothing.
It was just the auntie. It's just the auntie part.
Yeah, I feel like the auntie had something more to do with the story.
Okay, so she does in the manga, because there's also a manga version of this, and then there's a live action version. I've only seen the live action version a couple of times. I don't even think she's a character in that, if memory serves. But I know in the animated version and the manga version, she's an important character because in the book, it's not Makoto who's the main character. It's her. She's actually, the auntie is the main character. The story itself in the book is based off her, and she was in she gets like the time powers, not in the same way, but she gets time powers too, and she gets in a car accident. That's what activates hers, and then the same beats kind of play. Now she don't necessarily go back in time to for petty reasons like Makoto does.
So how does she get it? She just gets it?
I can't. It's been a minute since the last time I read the book. It's been a minute, but it's in the same way. It's the same way how it's not the like how she went up, how Makoto went upstairs and she fell on the thing. It's similar how she got it, the little acorn thing, which allows you to time travel in the first place. That plays a part because one of the boys, you remember when you remember in the movie where Makoto was telling her about when Chaki vanished, and then she was telling her about her when she was in school. Yeah. And then the camera pans to that picture. On that picture.
Yeah.
The tall boy, the face that's blurred out, or you just don't see the face at all. He is actually Chaki. Or Chikai, however you want to say it.
What?
He's not Chaki, but in the book he plays that part. He's the one that he's the one that's from the future.
Oh, okay. And
like if you didn't read the book, or you didn't know this was bad, because for the longest, maybe my 10th viewing of this, I found out that this was based off a book. But if you didn't know this was a book, there was a theory going on that her auntie, because they call her Auntie Witch, that her auntie was actually from the future, and that was Makoto. That was her from the future, and she came back to that period to finish the painting.
Oh.
And why? Because you realize, like, throughout the entire movie, Makoto's telling her aunt about what's going on, and you see how cool and calm, collected she is, and how understanding she is.
She already knows. Yeah.
And there was a theory that people was thinking that that's Makoto actually playing as her quote unquote auntie, and she came back from time. She came back from the future to finish the painting so Chaki can see the painting.
Yeah, and then when Makoto was talking about to the teachers about what she's going to do, that's what she learned to do.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah. and then, like, for instance, there's that part when they're in the museum and they're looking at the painting, and you see them side by side. If you pause and you look at them, the auntie looks almost exactly like Makoto.
Damn,
like an adult Makoto.
Crazy. Yeah. No way.
That was one of the theories. But like, if you didn't read the book, it's because the auntie is like an Easter egg. If you read the book, if you knew the story from the book and everything.
Yeah.
Because the auntie is the girl in the book, the protagonist in the book. And that's the whole reason why she was so cool, calm, and collected and everything. And she knew about the time travel type thing. That's why she knew about it. When I first saw the movie and everything, like maybe my third time watching the movie, I put that together where I was like, man, this aunt, she got to know something. There has to be something important here.
Yeah, I'm telling you that. Because that's what I was thinking. I was like, yo, I'm missing something here.
Yeah, and that's why
I was watching it.
And that's why, because like this movie, the 2006 animated movie, is like a quote unquote sequel to the book. That's why it's like a loose sequel to the book. Yeah, that's why the auntie already went through what Makoto was going through.
Yeah,
she already knew about all that.
But it do make sense if that is her.
Yeah. Like I said, there was a theory going on like that. And then the more and more I thought about it, and the more and more times I've seen this movie, I was like, that's gotta be her, man. It gotta be. The only thing... Before I read the book, and then I realized, oh, this is the auntie. This is like a sequel to the book. That makes... Like, but if you didn't know, like, that's what I'm saying. If you didn't know about the book, it was based off of or anything, then That's what that theory was coming around from. And that was all from people who didn't know it was a book. It was based off a book.
Yeah, man.
But I like the movie mainly because I'm a sucker for time travel movies. Anything dealing with time in general. And I'm not that type of guy. I'm not that type of person who be like, yo, there's rules for time travel. There ain't no goddamn rules for time travel. Time travel is time travel, man.
So,
have you ever time traveled? No, you haven't time traveled.
So,
because one of my favorite movies of all time is Groundhog Day. And this is like anime Groundhog Day. However, she can control when she goes back in time and everything.
So my biggest thing, I want to know. Oh God, I'm gonna botch his name because I'm terrible with names. What's the dude's name?
Chiaki.
So he only came back in time to see that painting.
Yes. His purpose was to come back. Because because in his time, you remember he was saying like in his time, he heard about the painting, he wanted to see the painting. Because if you remember, Mikoto's auntie Witch, she was talking about the painting, and it was painted in like such a bad time, like when the world was going crazy and all that jazz. Yeah. And when you look at the painting, it's supposed to give you this like calm, cool, collected type feeling. It was supposed to give you a certain type of feeling, and Chiaki wanted to know that feeling. He wanted to feel that feeling. So okay. when he came back, he specifically came back to that time just to see the painting. He didn't know when, but he just knew the era and the season and everything. But instead of seeing the painting, he got something better. He got friends. He made friends, and then he also fell in love.
Love, yeah, okay. Oh man, so key crazy. Oh man, yo, I want to know what kind of future he lives in. There's no bikes, there's no baseballs. Like, what kind of apocalypse are you living in?
We don't.
Then he's like, yeah. And then like, did the time police come and get him? Why did he disappear?
Well, the first time he disappears, quote unquote, the time police got him when he vanished.
Okay.
He that moment when he used his last jump.
Yeah.
And this he basically used his last jump and stopped time. And because he did that and told her that, he basically broke like one of the number one rules, and he got in trouble. He got in trouble at that point because he knew she knew was doing the jump and all that junk at that point. When she goes back in time for her final jump, he didn't know. You remember she was telling him, and he didn't know, and he still had a jump. He still had one more jump where he can go back in time, where he could go back into his time and not get quote unquote in trouble. He mainly got in trouble because he used his last jump, basically, because the girl and Kosuke had died.
Yeah.
And when you think about it, Makoto died at one point too.
Yeah, she died too. In the beginning.
Yeah. When she runs into it and the train happens and all that junk.
Yeah. Dang. This movie was great. I really didn't. Oh man.
What was some of your favorite parts? What was your favorite part?
My favorite part had to be when she was just jumping through time for her selfish reason. That's exactly what I'll do. 100%.
Oh, so you're gonna jump back in time and eat the pudding that your little sister ate?
Hell yeah. Stupid stuff. Like, let's say I just got my paycheck, but I spent it on something I didn't really like. in the
Are
end.
you gonna jump back in time?
Yeah, I ain't gonna buy it no more. Full refund, just like that. I swear that would be me. That would be me. That was probably my favorite part. Like, I want to know what he meant. Like, he's waiting for. Like, are they gonna meet in the future?
In a sense, yes, because in the book, I harken back to the book. In the book, towards the end of the book, the same thing happens to the auntie, and the auntie has said, the guy says, "I'll be waiting for you," and they promise to wait for each other. And in the lamest terms, they basically said, "I love you" and all that jazz. But something happens, and the auntie actually forgets about the guy, and she remembers that she's waiting on somebody every time she smells lavender, because the guy smelled like lavender. That was one of the big key things. Every time she smells lavender, that thought comes into like, I'm waiting on somebody. I don't know who, but I'm waiting for someone. But like one of their big things in the time, I think the time travel thing, after you use all your jumps, and especially if you're not from that time, you lose your memory. But there was a scent that would trigger for her. That's why she would remember. Now with this, I know Makoto promised that she's gonna try to keep the painting somehow. So I don't know how far in the future Makoto lives or whatnot.
It has to be far. They don't got bicycles or baseball. Like, I wish that. Man.
So there might be a case where Makoto gets to the point where they develop the future time, or somehow, because she technically still has the tattoo on her, it's just at 0.
Yeah.
Somehow it gets reunited or something. I don't know, but yeah, they say they're waiting for you. I'll wait for you, but like I distinctly remember in the Japanese dub, like I can't speak Japanese, I don't know 100%, but the subtitles was, he said when he comes back when she's crying and everything, because she wants him to say I like you, but he doesn't. He just leaves, and she started crying and everything. And when he comes back and pulls her close, he says, "I love you. I'll be waiting for you." And she says, "I love you" back, and "I'll be waiting for you too." But in the dub version, it just says, "I'm waiting for you," and then she's like, "I'll be waiting for you too." So I'm not 100% sure what's going on that front. Now, I haven't read the manga either. I've only read the book. I've seen the anime, and I've seen the live action movie, but I've never read the manga.
Man.
So I don't. The manga might have a little bit more. The model adaptation might have a little bit more, but I don't know. I never really stuck out.
You know, since he came back in time to see the picture, that means the auntie never restored it, or did something like big happen for it to get destroyed again?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, because the timey-wimey thing that happens a lot. Yeah, because like the auntie finishes restoring the painting. So I don't know if he's gone at that point.
Yeah, I guess when I guess he went to the museum and it wasn't there, he never went back again.
Yeah, because every time they would show the museum, when you will realize, I would say, do you see what that is? Because the first time they show the museum, in the very like maybe 5 minutes, you see the museum and you see where the area where the painting is, and it has a picture up there. You see Chaki, he's standing right there. He is standing right there because you see him in the reflection of the glass. That's why I asked you, like, did you see that? Did you pay attention? And then again, the second time when the auntie is coming down to get Makoto, because you're dropping off the peaches and everything. He's there again, but the painting still's not up there, and he's walking away. When I had said, "Did you see that? You got to pay attention." And you said, like, you seen that guy? And then I was like, yes, it's the guy. This guy's very important.
But they had his hair darkened out and stuff.
Yeah. It's a blink and you miss it, but you see he is there. He is there, and he's in his school outfit. You see the red hair and all that, and you see all that. So I don't know if he actually sees, because she finishes the painting. I don't know if he actually sees the painting. That I don't know. But the way he's talking towards the end of the movie, remember she jumps all the way back to the beginning where she gets the powers, to the day she gets the powers. So I'm assuming at that point he didn't see the picture. I think he's seen the picture at some point, but because this is the timeline we're in now, I don't think he's seen the picture at that point. But at the same time, he got something better out of it than seeing the picture.
Oh, he found love.
Yeah, he found love. So, that's my interpretation or my 2 cents on the thing. There's a lot of timey-wimey stuff going on. So, what you're saying is you would jump back in time when your time is about to be up for this karaoke and sing karaoke for 10 hours.
Oh, yeah, she just wanted to be with her friends.
I get that. Oh, and so let's say that. What if your engagement didn't go right? You gonna jump back in time?
Absolutely. Would never do it. That would be canceled.
Oh man, because the craziest things, Chucky is trying to confess his feelings for her. She jumps back in time like 3 times just to avoid that.
I wonder why he really would admit his feelings to her when he knows he has to go back.
I don't know.
Would he really just risk all that?
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't think at that time he had to go back. And I also feel like he kind of knew what was going on.
Oh yeah, he knew that
because I think the moment he lost his device, his little acorn thing, the moment he lost that, because that was all his, because you remember they said you get the device and it charges with your body, and when she fell on it, it became charged to her as well. And I think they both were quote unquote sharing jumps at that point. I think he had more jumps and he was just staying there in that time period for a little bit until he could see the painting. But once she got the thing, I think at that point, because I remember you also see him he's in the chemistry room. He's in them. He's in there. The noise that's moving around, that's him. Yeah, and then when she goes in, you see that figure. You see him. That is him. If you ever rewatch this, you can see him. You see him plain as day. You see the red hair. You see the red shirt and everything. It's him. You see him. And then she gets the power. And I think at that point, he just had one extra jump. He had one extra word, and then I don't think they had the same, at least in my head canon, I don't think they had the same number. She just wasted hers and his, and he just had one more than she did. If that makes sense.
Yeah, okay. Oh no, did he?
And he wasted his jump. He wasted his jump, his last jump, to save the old buddy and old girl on the bike. His last jump that was meant for him to go home. But because Makoto was blaming herself and everything, he did the jump. He jumped and then paused time and everything to the point where it was before they leave his dad's house. Before they leave his house, basically, the clinic. And Makoto still had one jump at that point because you basically rewind time. And then she realized that, oh, if he jumped and I still had a jump, then I can jump all the way back to where he still has his one jump. If that thought makes sense. Granted, though, now that I think about it, and now I said it all that loud, they might not have the same jumps. I think maybe when she landed on the thing, she took his charge, where he only really had truly one jump. If that makes sense now that I actually think about it. But no. You still there? Noah? We are having technical difficulty. Noah. Oh no. No.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, dog. I was listening to you and I was saying something and I was like, can you hear me?
Don't worry. I can cut it all out. What was the last thing you heard?
I heard everything. What you were saying. I just, every time I talked, you didn't hear me, and I was like, "Oh shit, what the hell happened?"
Yeah, I wasn't hearing you, but yeah, that's at least my headcanon anyway.
Yeah, it's great. And then he was just saving his last,
to go back to time.
But he was just enjoying himself, huh?
Yeah. Like he said, and then when she jumps back. You see basically the first time they meet and everything, how they become friends and all that.
All the stuff they was doing.
Yeah.
Dang.
Also, I also would say how the auntie had said, did you ever think, because when she was like, yeah, I could do whatever the hell I want. Don't worry, I could spend all my money and go all the way back to the allowance time. And then when auntie had said, do you think your jumps would affect other people? You actually see that in the movie, and because the auntie went through it first, and because her jumps were actually, or because they kind of say it's like premonitions, because she could see into the future. It was slightly different, but she still was time traveling. But her stuff was actually affecting some people as well. Just how Makoto's was affecting that guy, which honestly I don't understand why they would bully that guy for all that. That didn't make sense to me. And again, I kind of hate bullies, so I don't know. I don't get it. I get the guy made a mistake, but I don't get why they would bully him and harass him days after that or whatnot. I'm assuming your internet went out again. Editor's note. Remember to cut these things out.
Oh my gosh, no.
I hear you now.
Dog. I don't know. Oh man. Let me just do my final thoughts on it.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if you had any favorite characters or anything, any characters that stood out for you or whatnot.
No, I don't think I had any characters. I think the overall movie was just great. Story was really great. Yo, man, I just wish I really want to know what his future was, you know? Like,
you're not the only one.
It just bothers me now. Like, he's like, we don't got bikes. Baseball.
Yeah.
I really want to know.
I've learned how to ride a bike here and everything.
Yeah.
You guys got baseball.
Bro.
And I was like, what?
It was really good, dude. This movie was great. I wish I would have watched it. I remember you told me a long time ago, yo, you should watch this movie. But I was like, yeah, I'll watch it eventually. And now here I am watching it now, yo. It was great, though.
It really warmed my heart that you liked the movie.
Yeah, it was good, man. It was really good.
I guess we can go into your final thoughts if you don't have anything else to say about the movie. Plot wise or anything. What?
Nah.
Let me ask you this: was there any things that you didn't like particularly about the movie?
I didn't like. No, I enjoyed the whole thing. I wouldn't say I didn't like. If I had to pick something, I really wish they would have explained. Because that's just me. Because I knew there's something up with the auntie. Yeah. I wish they would have maybe explain it better or explain his future better. Because that's it though. But it's not it's just me being picky. But that's it. I think the movie was great from start to finish. Yeah, the movie was.
Well, let's go into your final thoughts and your rating. The rating for The Girl Who Leaped Through Time.
Final thoughts. Here's my final thought. Japan shits on us when it comes to animation. I swear to God, this is another example when they just blow it out the water and we get movies like Trolls and Addams Family and Happy Feet. We get movies like that.
Happy Feet wasn't a bad movie.
It wasn't bad, but when you compare Happy Feet to Girl Who Left Through Time, it just...
I mean, every movie you just named, though, also is like a 3D movie. 3D CGI movie.
Dog, we don't get animated movies like this.
We got a couple.
We got a couple, but compared to Japan, it's like putting us versus the Lakers. We're gonna lose. Yeah. Our group of homeboys versus the Lakers. We're gonna lose. That's what it is. We don't have nothing.
It's not untrue.
This is just another example. It's we need to step up our game. Animation, I'm sick of us using animation just for kids. And we get movies like The Secret Life of Pets and Minions, and we get bull crap like that.
I like Secret Life of Pets.
I hate Secret Life of Pets. How dare you?
I haven't seen the second one, but I liked it. It was Toy Story with pets.
Terrible.
Yeah, I mean, I feel you, but that's one of the things I do miss about animation in general. There's not a lot of hand-drawn animated things anymore.
Yeah, I mean,
everything is computer generated now. Even with some anime movies that are coming out nowadays, like the My Hero Academia movies, or even the Dragon Ball Broly movie, that's still heavily there's parts of it that's 2D animated, but it's still heavily CGI. There's still some stuff in there that's heavily CGI.
See, here's the thing. The thing about us is I understand we can make. How can I say this? I want them to make animation. I want us to make more animation movies that's for adults and kids will like it too. Not just we're gonna make this for kids and then it's some terrible ass movie. Do that make sense?
Yeah.
Because I feel like we're stuck in this generation of like animations only for kids. And stuff.
Yeah. I mean,
I just want us to make. I want us to make mature animated movies. I mean, we get some, but we don't get a lot.
Would you say Girl Who Leapt Through Time is like a kid the movie, or?
I would say it's more for like a preteen, maybe teenager.
Yeah.
But I think we just need to get out that like let me think of a movie like for
You're just trying to think of a movie that was more not aimed towards kids, but it was more adult, or you're thinking of like a kid movie, but like Kubo, for instance.
Kubo, yeah. See, they made it for kids, but it wasn't like no kid joke there. It was okay, anybody can enjoy this movie.
Yeah.
That's the same thing for all their movies. What's the name? Leica, whatever the names.
Yeah, Leica.
Yeah, they do that for all their movies. You know, we make these for kids, our audience, but if adults like it, they can enjoy it too. They don't have, but no, we get movies that are just.
So you want a rated E for everyone type thing?
Yeah, it's just I don't want no. I got to sit through Trolls, or I got to sit through Madagascar. I'm sick of those type of movies.
Oh yeah, I don't like Madagascar, but you know the kid movies they sell. You know.
Yeah, I understand that too. I understand it's a business, but I'm just sick. Like I remember when I went to go see Toy Story 3. When I was in Florida, I went to go see Toy Story 3, and my dad was like, "You gonna go see Toy Story?" I was like, "Yeah." What you trying to say? I can't go see Toy Story? He's like, "It's for kids." I really don't see your point in none of this. I'm just sick of that.
That's what animation has been.
Yeah, I think we need to get out of that. Yeah. But no, we gotta sit through Madagascar, Minions. I just want us to get out of that. Yeah, I'm sick of it.
Yeah, I agree.
And then we get these Japan movies that's just like, yo, holy crap! You know, it just blows our minds where like, dang, I'm really in my feelings. Like, think about this, Walt. This movie, The Girl Left Through Time, made you watch the live action. It made you watch. It made you read the book.
Yeah, it did. I mean, I love the movie. I really do. Yeah. I really love the movie.
All movies don't do that.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I was finna say Into the Spider-Verse, but I can't really sit here and say, yeah, that put something in me because I love Spider-Man. That's different. I can't really, and that's like a 75-year-old character versus maybe 10-year-old, 20-year-old movie or something like that.
Even though, like, you know, Shrek, that's based off a book, but you're not gonna go read the Shrek book. Who cares? Like,
you're right. I'm not gonna go read the Shrek.
All I'm saying is we get blown out the water when it comes to animation. I'm not saying our animation is terrible, because there are some movies I did like that was just aimed for kids. But I'm just saying we get blown out of the water when it comes to making mature animated movies.
I mean, yeah, like I said, it's not. Everything you're saying is not untrue. It's nothing I want to disagree with, because there's nothing. Everything, and I do feel like, especially any of these animated YouTube channels, they always, animation in general, cartoons, whether it's anime, cartoons, Chinese cartoons, animated movies, whatever, anything animated is normally looked with a side eye, and it's like, that's just labeled for kids, basically. Yeah, I mean, I get you. I feel you. I feel you 100%. Like, because there was God knows how long when I was growing up, comic books were for kids, and now look at it now.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
Yeah, comic books had that stigma, like that's for kids and all that jazz, and even some other things like Power Rangers or stuff like that. Well, that's for kids and everything.
Yeah,
video games for kids. Yeah, I feel you on that. Like I 100% agree.
And then when we do make an animated movie, and it's aimed for like an older audience, it does terrible. It does, like, for instance, you remember that animated movie 9?
Yeah. I remember 9.
That was not a kid movie at all, and that went in the theaters, and it did terrible in the box office. I don't even think it made its budget. Or like,
we gotta visit.
Yeah, or like that animated movie, Titan AE.
I mean, it looked Titan AE looked like a Disney movie, but it wasn't a Disney.
Yeah, it wasn't a Disney movie.
I mean, and that's the other thing. If you gotta remember the name you have behind it too. So like, if you're Disney, and then people might not look at it with a side eye for like, oh yeah, that's for kids or whatnot. But like, if you're unknown or something like that, then maybe. But yeah, I feel what you're saying.
And before anybody say I hate our animated movies, I don't. It's just we get shit on by other countries. That's all I gotta say. That's it. Instead of making great animated movies, I gotta sit through remakes of animated movies in live action. That's what I gotta sit through.
Yeah. You hear it first. This man speaking facts. He's splitting facts.
I'm just saying, all the like movies we made that was like adult, like I think Treasure Planet should not have been a kids movie. I think that's the reason why or like Atlantis. I think if they would have made it towards like teenagers, they would have did a lot better.
I don't know. I mean, because at the end of the day, a kid movie will sell because it gets the kids in the. Because you gotta think about it like this: if a kid wants to see it, the parents will go.
Yeah, and another thing, I know.
That's why you get all the famous voice actors in these animated movies, especially if it's an animated property that already has a voice cast. That's why you will get like famous people, like for instance Scoob. That's why you get Zac Efron.
Yeah, and I gotta
as Fred. That's why you get these big names.
And we had to sit through movies like Scoob. I fell asleep on Scoob twice. My fiance, excuse me. My fiance loves Scooby-Doo. We watch it every night to go to bed. Every night. And when I tell you she has not made it through that movie, she fell asleep twice on it. The movies like that are awful. Movies like, that's why when I like that. That's why I like How to Train a Dragon so much. Because even though it's a kids movie, adults can enjoy it just as much as the kids. But no, we got to sit through Over the Hedge.
I think you're more on the lines of the story than like the animation in general, though. That's what I feel like. Yeah,
I'm just saying it's like the animated movies we make, like the ones that get the big buzz, like Trolls World Tour. Come on, man. Don't do this to me.
Well, that got a big buzz for a different reason, but
yeah,
I get
don't
you.
Do this to me.
Well, give me your ranking on Girl Who Leapt Through Time.
I'll give it a 10 out of 10.
Oh,
I don't got no complaints about it. I enjoyed the movie. I ain't gonna lie, I was like, yeah, he came back for. He came back. I was like, yeah.
the only thing I could have asked for is he kissed her. I just wanted him to kiss her.
Yeah,
and for the boy, it would have been a way better moment.
Yeah, they should have kissed. They should have kissed. But yeah, I did enjoy the movie. I probably will buy it on Blu-ray.
Well, if you enjoyed that one, my number one favorite anime movie is Your Name. And
Yeah,
I know
I got that on.
Haven't seen.
I got that on Blu-ray. No,
I got it on Blu-ray.
I brought it on Blu-ray. Never. It's still wrapped up in a little plastic. I haven't opened it yet.
So yeah. And then whenever that's by Shinkai, who is claimed to be the next Miyazaki, but
oh yes,
I don't know about all that. Because I didn't necessarily. I mean, I saw Weathering with You too, but I didn't necessarily think it was better than Your Name, in my opinion.
Yeah,
but don't worry. For all the listeners out there, I appreciate you guys listening. And with me gushing, you already know this is like a 10 out of 10. It's a 20 out of 10 for me.
Yeah.
I just love this movie. No, I mean, I'm a sucker for it. Has like some of my favorite. Like, this is why I also love that movie Andy Samberg's in Palm Springs. It came out this year on Hulu. That's another reason why it's a time travel movie. I'm a sucker for time travel stuff, and I love the rom-coms. This wasn't necessarily a rom-com. I do like the romance stuff elements in it, but it was just a beautiful story, beautiful animated. The music was great and everything.
Great, yeah, it was. Yeah, they hit all the points. It was 10 out of 10. I agree.
So I appreciate you guys listening. We are probably going to do more animated films in the future. I have heard some guys. It's not. Make sure you guys comment down below. You guys want us to what you want us to review and all that. I was thinking about we could go down the Ghibli road because there's a lot of Ghibli movies I personally haven't seen. I've only in my lifetime I've only seen. Counting now because of the Oscar thing we did. I've seen 3 Ghibli movies.
Totally. You know what? If I really think about it, I haven't seen a lot of them either.
But we can go down that rabbit hole. But you guys let us know down in the comments below. Again, I appreciate you listening. This is Shin the Hero, aka Walt, and
Hot Pockets. You already know.
You stay beautiful, you wonderful, beautiful nerd.